how can I hire a team? Well, a lot of what you have to do early on is outsource, find vendors and find contractors, right? I have 12 contractors right now within my business. I don't want to say easier, but it's more cost effective for small businesses to have those contractors on 1099 than to have to pay all of your SUI taxes and all that stuff on full-time employees, right? So some of my tips for getting contractors when it comes to digital media, right? So the first thing I want to talk about is media buying. You're going to hear a lot of people offer services for managing your ads, right? When you're trying to get more people to buy your AI, when you're trying to get more people to buy your restaurant, you're gonna have a lot of people come to you about managing your ads, your Google ads, your Facebook ads, all of that stuff. So my first step when it comes to managing media buying or managing ads for social media, right? My first step is do not pay an ad management fee. So when I first started doing ads, I worked with an agency. They were charging me $1,100 a month to manage my ads. No content creation. And again, it's kind of like going to the doctor. I don't know anything about the industry. You find a trusted advisor and you use them. Then you go do some little research. I'm like, I don't need to take that medication, right? So I did a little research and I was like, okay, hey, I need to do my ad management differently. So this is what I do now, right? I create all the content for my ads. And what I do now is a split on like revenue share with the ad management company. So I have an ad management guy that I work with. I create all of the content for him. Now he does the copy. And what I mean by copy, he writes the captions on the ads and things like that, right? But I create the video, I create the pictures, I do all of the content creation. He'll write the copy and he'll manage the ad. He'll work the back end, because the back end, if you ever go into Google ads or Facebook ads, it's crazy nonsense, right? So he'll manage the back end. I do what I do best and outsource the rest, right? So I let him do that. And what we do now is a percentage split. So if I book a gig from an ad that he posted, we'll do percentage split. And in the past, I've done as little as 6% and I've done as much as 14%. And that's because I have a higher ticket item. So my average video production costs like $2,000, right? So giving him 8 to 10% or something like that, that's enough for him to sustain himself if he's bringing in leads. And I have enough cushion that I can pay taxes, pay my people, and still make my profit margin that I want to make at the end of the day. Gigs booked. When I'm doing organic social media, when I'm just posting, I like views, I like shares, I like engagement, I like impressions. Everybody wants to talk about impressions. It means nothing. For an ad, I don't care about impressions. I want to get sales because I am literally advertising. With managing ads, I pay for the ad spend. I do pay for the ad spend because you got to pay per click for Google or you got to pay per click to Facebook. So I do pay the ad spend and I do make the content, but I don't pay the agency to manage it. The second thing that I like to talk about, I've been in this digital media content creation space for 10 years. I love my people. I love my fellow content creators, but we have habits, right? And I say we because I'm a part of this industry. So I always say this, whether you're hiring a content creator here in America, right? I go to UNT and get students all the time to help with content, but I'll also go and find someone on Fiverr and overseas to help with content too. I treat them the exact same. Right? And what do I mean by that? The way that contractor, especially in the creative content space, the way that they respond to that first inquiry, in my opinion, and from my experiences, foreshadows what the rest of that communication relationship is going to be like. I can't speak about a plumber or a contractor. I don't work with those people. My video, photo, graphic design, website people, I work with them every day, all day. And if they take 3 days to inquire about your first inquiry to give them money, it's going to take 3 days for all your other communication as well. And it doesn't matter if they're here in America, next door, or if they're overseas. Because a lot of people want to get content creators and stuff overseas. By all means, you do what's best for your business. I've done both. But this has been a tried and true statement for me. The way that they respond with that first inquiry. I have people reach out to me all the time on LinkedIn, like, hey, I can edit your podcast, or I can do this. And so what I do, this is another pro tip. I have a canned test project. For a video editing, you might have one for web development or for coding, right? You might do some coding stuff. I have a canned project, right, that I give to people. I don't even give them a due date. I say like, hey, I got this test project. I have the instructions right now. I copy and paste, change the name. Give them a canned project. 3 things I'm looking for. The first thing is, are you willing to put in some sweat equity to build my trust? If they're like, no, I don't do test projects. Sorry, we've found somebody else and filled the position. So that's the first thing. The second thing, I'm looking for that communication, right? And seeing how quickly they can turn around that canned project. And this is the third thing I do. This is, maybe I'm a little manipulative, but one of the things I'll do is I'll leave out are part of critical information. So on my canned projects for video editing, I'll leave out a piece of footage. The reason why I do that is if you tell me I'm gonna get you the project done on Sunday, and you reach out to me Saturday night and be like, hey, Mike, I think you forgot to put clip 4 in there. That means you didn't start the Saturday night. The position's been filled, it's okay. So this may not work in other industries, but I know from my content creation people, this has been a tried and true kind of test. And everybody who passed this test, I still work with all 12 of those contractors. The people that don't, so for example, with a video editor, if I'm looking for a video editor, I have footage, right? We've already edited, we shot the video a year ago, but I'll give them this video project. I'll give them all the logos, all the text I want. I have the email literally written out, not just copy and paste it, but I'll leave like the interview footage out of the project on purpose. I've had one of the guys, I work with a guy named Danny. Haneen's known, right? He's actually in Pakistan. He's one of the best editors on our team, right? I sent him the project file. 4 minutes later, he's like, I'm downloading it. I see clips 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. You're missing one. I'm like, oh yeah, let me send it to you. And the last thing, when you're trying to outsource, what I have learned is when I was attempting to outsource without a centralized or a system for communication and project management, it didn't benefit me. Right? I had these contractors, but they didn't know what to do. And so you just paying them for nothing. So one of the project management softwares that I use is ClickUp. All of my contractors in there, I can delegate projects. And it's really about having talent, yes, but you have to have a structure, a system, and processes so your talent knows what to do, right? If your talent doesn't know what to edit or how to edit it, they're just gonna be sitting there, right?